This morning on 12 News, another winter storm warning is in effect with the potential to bring freezing rain, sleet and snow to our viewing area. Take a look. We have reporters all around the state who will bring you live reports on the current conditions. Welcome to 12 News at 6:30. I'm Jade Biloxa.
And I'm Chloe Ortega. Thanks for joining us. And if you're just waking up and you're sick of the winter weather, I'm sorry to tell you it's sticking around for a few days, Jacob.
It is sticking around for sure. And Jacob, tell us about what we're going to see. More freezing rain?
Yeah, freezing rain and sleet, once again, going to be our primary precipitation types for most of central Mississippi. That's here in the purple and pink. We're already seeing it back over Louisiana this morning. It's heading in our direction. Snow already in North Mississippi this morning, just north of Yazoo City. So cloudy out there and cold right now. We're not seeing much winter precipitation fall anywhere in central Mississippi. That's going to change pretty soon, though. It is still very sleet covered and icy over downtown Jackson. A windy morning as well, giving us a wind chill. 21 is our air temperature, and it feels like 12 degrees downtown. Road temperatures in the teens, so everything has completely refrozen overnight. Wind chills this morning feels like 11 degrees in Clinton and Richland, 13 degrees in Brandon, 16 in Flora, and 21 right now in Madison, 17 in Kosciuszko, 20 in Hazelhurst, and 14 down in Macomb. So very cold. A winter storm warning has now been expanded all the way over to Forest, Carthage, Rankin County, down to Natchez there in the pink. Purple is that winter weather advisory. As more ice and sleet is expected today, we barely get above freezing, so no melting is expected, which means we're only going to compound major travel problems, and power outages could once again become a problem. Cloudy for right now, but our wintry mix and freezing rain picks up by late morning into the afternoon, barely getting above freezing, with sleet starting to accumulate. We'll look hour by hour at when ice arrives in your neighborhood in about 10 minutes.
And this just in, the city of Macomb is now under a boil water notice. According to Mayor Lockley, it's because of low water pressure caused by several breaks in their water system. And just a reminder, the entire city of Jackson is also under a boil water notice right now.
And we have a 12 News traffic alert for you this morning. Because of the icy roads, there are currently multiple closures on I-20 across the state, including one in Rankin County at US 49 and one in Scott County at Lake and Norris Road. Another major closure is at US 35 north of Raleigh in Scott County and US 49 near Mendenhall in Simpson County. So if you can stay home this morning, please do so.
And taking a live look at the streets of Jackson right now, a lot of ice there on the road, so you want to stay safe out there if travel is essential for you.
And Jackson's International Airport will be closed for most of today because of the severe icing on runways. The shutdown is set to last until at least 11 p.m. But if conditions get worse, then the closure could be extended. If you had a scheduled flight today and have any questions, you should call your airline. As Jacob said, more ice could be on the way for much of our viewing area, with freezing rain, sleet and snow possible in different parts of the state.
We have coverage of current conditions from around the state this morning, from the metro to Vicksburg to Natchez. But we'll start in Ridgeland, where 12 News' Anna Farish joins us, and she is iced in at her apartment. Anna.
Good morning, guys. It is very cold out here. Now, I want to show you first off some of these big ice chunks that I have found this morning. This is a lot of what you're going to be met with on the roadways or your parking lots, driveways, whatever you're trying to get out of this morning if you do have to go out. Now, look, this is a lot of what was left over from freezing last night, those freezing temperatures. This had kind of melted yesterday as the temperatures warmed up in the later afternoon, but now as the temperatures have dropped, this is what we're seeing this morning. You can also tell that some of the water is under this ice. You can see it with my foot right there a little bit. That has kind of melted again, and it froze underneath this ice. Now, if you come over here, I'm going to be very careful. This is black ice. So if you see this shine and sheen texture to the roadways, that is something that you're going to have to be very, very careful and aware of if you do have to go out on the roadways today, because you have more of a potential for accidents there. Now, these are still considered hazardous road conditions, dangerous road conditions. So we are still asking people to please stay home if you can. If you don't have to go out on the roads, just enjoy being at home. Don't try and force it. Don't try and go out and just joyride and see what's out there. Please please stay at home. Please be very, very careful. Now, if you do have to go out on the roads, we want everyone to take things slow. If you can't avoid not going into work, there are a lot of school closures. A lot of businesses are closed. You can find a full list of those closures at our website, WJTV.com. Again, if you don't have to go out, please, please, please stay at home and stay safe. I'm in Ridgeland. Anna Farish. Guys, back to you.
And let's continue our statewide coverage of the ice storm with Alex Love in Vicksburg, a place that might get some snow today. Alex, what is it like out there?
Well, as daylight is starting to break, Jade, it's easy to look around and see things were actually starting to look a little bit better because roads from the interstate all the way to the city and county level have been getting clear a little bit for having at least one lane open. But with the freezing rain and snow that could be on the way, it can get us right back to where we started. It's about 23 degrees right now. Not too much wind chills, but when there is a wind chill, it feels like it's about 16 degrees. Honestly, that's about the warmest we've had it in the past couple of days. So a lot of the snow is pretty much still right here where it is, and well, most of it is honestly ice. So again, you have heard it from many reports. If you don't have to go outside, please stay in. But out here in Warren County and Vicksburg, there has been a big community effort for everyone to get through this together. First responders at all levels have been driving essential workers like doctors, nurses, people who work for water and gas companies to work if their cars can't handle the conditions. Also, the homeless shelter that is opening up here is nearly double capacity, but that's because they did not want to turn anyone away. They went as far as driving down streets to pick people up. Now, a few updates that I just learned: city and county buildings are still going to be closed today, and the mayor and board of aldermen meetings has been moved to Friday at noon. And as far as the curfew goes, issued by Mayor George Flaggs, that is still going to be in effect until noon today. We'll see what happens as the conditions change to see if he'll extend it. But in the meantime, all non-essential travel still comes to a halt. The same that goes for any work that is deemed non-essential. If you don't have to go out, please make sure you stay in. Again, the interstates are clear for at least one lane of traffic going both east and west. MDOT came through yesterday and they plowed through as much as they could, and it couldn't have come at a better time because on I-20 West from Monday to Tuesday, people were stranded there overnight. We'll of course continue our coverage on air and online, and for a list of closures, please visit our website, WJTV.com. Live in Vicksburg, Alex Love, 12 News.
Thank you, Alex. We just saw the conditions outside. Now let's go to the effects. Down in the Pine Belt, thousands are still without power. Over 100 extra workers from around the South are headed to the region to help. Southern Pine Electric has about 8,000 customers without power right now. They say they're working as fast as they can to restore power, but it may be a few days.
Issue now we're dealing with is the ice, and will we see any temperatures that will promote the thawing of that ice? And until we see that, we're not necessarily going to be out of the woods. So we're going to make some headway through the day. I'm afraid this is probably going to be a multi-day event.
Southern Pine Electric expects power to return for most customers by tomorrow at the earliest.
And let's head to Adams County now, where people are still under a curfew this morning to help keep the roads clear. 12 News Tao Ta is in Natchez, where people are bracing for another round of weather. Tao?
That's right, Jade and Chloe. Now, take a look at this, you guys. This is just a mixture of some ice and snow here just on the ground. Now, much of what we're seeing here is a little bit of slush, but there are parts of the roads where crews have just tried to do their best to pave it, but much slick conditions, as you can see. This is the reasons for why city and county officials yesterday, just before noon, issued the countywide curfew. That was to just encourage drivers to stay home. Now, emergency personnel, I'm told, have been having a hard time getting out and about, assisting people who have been stuck. So please, if you don't really need to be out and about, just to try to stay home the best you can. Now, we are seeing a little bit of a wind this morning. Yesterday, not so much, and also later on this morning, we should be expecting a little bit of a snow and rain. So if you are just wanting to enjoy the scenery here, perhaps layer up this morning, bring a coat and perhaps an umbrella for the rain approaching later on today. But yeah, pretty much a beautiful morning. It's just very chilly, and if you are home just enjoying this weather, if you want to stay warm, something that you can do is take some paper towels and just bundle them up, roll them up, and actually place them underneath the door just to secure any type of warmth you can when you're home. For now, we're live in Natchez. Tao 12 News.
All right, thanks for that tip there, Tal. And stay weather aware with us by downloading our free 12 News weather app. Storm Team 12 will send alerts right to your phone.
Your time right now is 6:40, and coming up on 12 News, see why Representative Benny Thompson is joining forces with the NAACP to sue President Trump and his attorney Rudy Giuliani.
And our next round of ice and wintry weather not far away. We'll begin dealing with that through the day today. Then more cold air. I'm not tracking melting until the weekend. Your full 8-day forecast, an hour-by-hour forecast, is coming up in less than 10 minutes.
But first, here are last night's winning Cast 3 numbers. They are 2, 4, and 4.
And here are your winning Mega Millions numbers. Good luck and thanks for watching 12 News.